controllers work. Let me tell you how many setups I got on the day that still had a wireless controller attached to it. I'm like, bruh, bruh.
I hope Mr. Doom has a backup because when we were playing friendly with him, I saw his controller and I was like, that wire is like a little fishy. And he said, yeah, I've had it for 8 years.
Yeah, it might be time to upgrade. I mean, you're winning tournaments left and right. Can you buy a new controller? All righty. Let's go ahead and get right into this. Now, again, I got confirmation. This is best of 5. Losers semis. FroZn, BestNess getting ready to face off against Bozzy and JJROCKETS. They have stayed in the hot seat, looking to get that run back on MJG and Mr. Doom. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but they do have the team synergy to make it happen. Okay, JJROCKETS getting out of a very sticky situation. As you see right there, monkey flips towards the back of the fray, man, trying to play that defensive role like what we've seen in the last few sets. Okay.
Now, it's interesting. I see some Ness players do the back throw early. I know it's a, with the strongest kill throw for Ness, and it'll kill very early.
Yes.
But, in doubles, enough damage is going to get racked up. So you don't have to worry too much about that.
Absolutely not. And Ness is one of those strange characters. He does very well in singles, obviously. Has his obvious flaws, i.e. getting caught off stage. But I think in doubles, I think he's slightly better. I think he's slightly better in doubles. I mean, PK Fire is enough to kind of rack up some very quick, unsuspecting damage. And then on top of that, if you lose track of him, I mean,
that's going to be it for Bozzy.
Oh, unfortunately, that is a dead Marth, yeah. I mean, if you lose just track of Ness, he throws out that PK Thunder on stage, it could really put you in a scary spot. And a matchup on the right side of the stage that a lot of people feel like is even. Diddy Kong versus Mario. The strongest neutral in the game, obviously Diddy Kong has, but I feel like, soft nair is enough to just really get Diddy Kong at very crazy percents.
Ooh, back throw not killing JJROCKETS there. Oh, but the Tipper. Oh! Tipper will kill JJROCKETS.
Kills his teammate, but unfortunately not the opponent. And Mario, people think that this plumber is light, but I think he's actually tied 19th, 20th heaviest character in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
He's average on everything, even weight. So.
Absolutely, man. So he's pretty out here, man. It's going to take a lot more than that. I mean, this plumber has been through some battles. It's going to take more than a Forest Master to take him out. Okay, trying to get his teammates some coverage right there.
And I'm willing to bet that these guys, this is the first time they've ever played each other. Yeah. I just checked. This is FroZn and BestNess are from Utah.
Yeah.
And playing against that's the second time.
So
probably thinking now I gotta go Lucina because this Tipper is doing a little too much damage.
Absolutely, man. So much friendly fire here on the blue team's behalf. Meanwhile, the red team, they must be coming off with some sort of momentum off screen because they are just coming into this match in flying colors.
They would have had to go through some very solid teams to get this far. So it's a pleasure to see them. I don't know too many players from Utah, so it's really good to see them.
As a caster, it's always nice to see new players from new regions. Obviously, you can get the download, so we can get to play them in friendlies and try to beat them.
And their play style, it's pretty safe. They're not being super aggressive. Nope. They're being pretty defensive, just waiting for blue team to make a mistake, and then they're going to capitalize off it.
Absolutely. And as you've seen right there, man, playing safe just unfortunately did not work in BestNess' favor. Now, he had to use his up special to come back, but keep in mind, Marv, he's prone to just jump off stage and use his counter. I mean, it can really keep you at bay.
See, that was a wonderful job of that defensive play that I was talking about because BestNess. Oh no! I think he tried to gimp JJROCKETS.
That he did. So unfortunate. But JJ really didn't have any other choice either. It was either run into the PK Thunder or recover high and try to pray that the red team doesn't get any follow-ups on him at all costs.
So earlier that was Bozzy doing the dancing blades, and BestNess just stayed there the whole time. Didn't try to save Mario. Knew he wouldn't die. Waited for the last hit of dancing blades and did the back throw to finish him off. It's very smart gameplay by red team.
And again, it kind of draws back to that safe gameplay you were talking about. Mario, of course, he can be a very, very aggressive character. We've seen the reads from Ally. We've seen the high-level play from Anti. But you know what? At the end of the day, defense, it wins championships.
And I know they've got some team synergy going on because Mario did the back throw there to shoot up to... Oh!
So unfortunate.
He did the back throw there, and Ness tried to do the up air to kill earlier, but had the banana in his hand. Yeah. So I do see some team synergy there.
Yeah, definitely with some...
Yeah.
So with some strong team synergy right there, with that being said, there was a point in time where the blue team only had 1 stock apiece, and the red team had 5 stocks, so they finished it off, obviously leaving the red team with 3 stocks. So it looks like they started to adapt towards the tail middle, towards the end of that match, but it just looks like it was a little too late. So, better late than never, but obviously never late is always better.
True.
You definitely want to get that momentum and get those good reads started off. in the beginning of the match, and we're going to a stage with no platforms. Interesting.
I was gonna say it was. I personally prefer platforms, not because of my characters, but just because with doubles, you just want that space. Like you be above me, because I don't want everyone to be in front of me.
And I think with the dynamic of JJROCKETS and Bozzy, that actually wouldn't be bad. Obviously, having Mark center stage, just throwing out that huge fair hitbox, and having Diddy Kong on the platforms and spacing you out with back airs and fairs. I'm not mad at that. Diddy Kong on the top platform is actually a good thing. He doesn't have to worry about the platforms taking his banana pills from him. But unfortunately here, there are no platforms here. So let's see how they fend. Oh.
So Ally doing a great job. Excuse me, FroZn
right,
doing a great job with all these combos.
So you had it right the first time. Is Canada in the building? Is this Utah? No, but seriously though, playing like Ally for the most part, but what we've seen there, we've seen that double backer, but he retreated. Oh my goodness.
2 back throws from BestNess.
And I like what you spoke about a second ago, the follow-ups. FroZn trying to follow up with that back throw there, ran right up with that up smash, trying to make sure that that stock is solidified and not giving the blue team any more hope to try to come back to the stage. But I think back throw is enough. I think he has it on his own. Oh, wow.
Good stuff by Red Team, and Blue Team just trying to maintain stage control. Red Team, 6 stocks to Blue Team's 4. And a stage spike there will do it for Bozzy.
Quite unfortunate. And this is very reminiscent of the last match. The Red Team completely running away from this. I don't know who they played before this. I don't know what they had for lunch, but their momentum is immense.
JJROCKETS tried to go for a spike or something and fast fell and basically just SD'd at roughly 60%.
And that's kind of the nature, with being down, obviously being in the deficit. You're fishing and your back's against the wall and the pressure is on. He might have fast fell that dare. I know me, myself, I got to use the C-sticks these days, because if I don't, I will fast fall every time to my own death.
I have to remember not to do the dare with Toon Link, because that you go down pretty fast.
Yeah, you do. It's a good feeling, though, when it lands.
Oh, the 1% when it lands.
Right.
Wonderful edge guarding by Red Team here, trying to take Bozzy out, but Bozzy, we saw him before.
Wow.
Really tough to... Oh, my goodness! Before he tried to do the down air on Ness, but on the last game, but I was thinking, why is he not trying to do the counter?
I am not in charge of replays, but I'd like to get that on the replay.
We'll get that one, I'm sure. And Blue Team bringing this back in it.
Absolutely, man. The back air to right there, keeping his...
So Red Team keeping control.
He said, we see your little momentum, but we're here to stop that. We're here to douse those flames, man. Your momentum was nice. Oh, not a good spot to be in, getting caught in between. Uh-oh, what are you doing?
Be careful. Mario can actually flood Ness while he's doing the up special. Oh, down tilt.
Yeah. Taking a page kind of out of Mark's book there, getting a taste of his own medicine, keeping him at bay with those down tilts. Dude, but that back air to forward air and then the counter on the PK Thunder. Is this melee? The year is a 20XX.
Oh! That's what I do all the time in dubs, just when it's over.
Okay, again, reminiscent of the last match. The Red Team finishing off with 3 stocks apiece, and just the adaptability just came out too late. Oh my goodness, look at this replay here. Oh my God. Twitch chat, look. If somebody can just send that to me on Twitter, I got to show that to my grandma. Grandma, look what happened today at this tournament in Colorado. He's like, now why did he not let that boy come back towards stage?
So, BestNess and FroZn up 2-0. I'm kind of surprised Bozzy and JJROCKETS choose to go back to FD.
Maybe the stage just felt good for them. Maybe they kind of felt like towards the tail end, they were kind of getting it together and kind of getting their feet in the water, waking up a little bit, So I wouldn't be surprised that I've seen this. But with that being said, I don't think they want to force the 2 1v1s. Mario versus Mark. On paper, what are Mario's weaknesses? He doesn't have too many, but I think his biggest one is his reach. He just doesn't. Oh my God!
But he had. That was pretty smart.
Oh my God!
Styling on him. Good work with the dare.
And when trying to help out your teammate goes extremely wrong, Bozzy right there capitalizing on a very, very strong situation with that huge dare hitbox. Now that was looking like the melee hitbox. Am I right?
Yes.
That was the melee.
Folks, welcome to Revelations. We're playing melee right now.
We're playing Smash 4 melee. Had I known, we're driving 8 hours to this. But no, seriously though, Bozzy definitely starting to wake up. He has been the dominant force in this set, especially on the blue team. Who would have thought that Mark would be in the driver's seat here?
It's definitely a bit different than what it was before. When we saw this Illinois team coming back from, against MJG Mr. Doom, and their previous match, they were doing a really good job with JJROCKETS doing a lot of combos, keeping the pressure up. Bozzy was staying in front, of course, but finishing off stocks as JJROCKETS was dealing damage. You know, we're seeing that a little bit now.
Yeah, and I think it's almost. I think it's almost cut and dry with the blue team. JJ and Diddy Kong, you have to rack up the damage. Yes, Marv can rack up some quick damage. I mean, yeah, he can even kill you at insanely low percents, but the fact of the matter is, Diddy Kong just has the tools, as you see right there, down tilt to whatever he wants to do to put on just an immense percent very, very early on. And then Marv, I mean, when Bozzy's feeling it, he is definitely feeling it, man. Landing a lot of those tippers very, very late into the match as the stakes get high.
So the stocks are tied, but red team down just a little bit just because Ness is sitting at 120%.
Yeah. And is this the wake-up call that the red team kind of needed to let them know that, you know what, the blue team isn't messing around anymore? Oh, but with that being said, the back throw just kind of shuts me up.
We're trying. Oh, and then a good back air by BestNess there.
Okay, but you know what, though? The red team still in the lead, but the blue team sitting in a much better spot than what they were. Now they're only down to one stock, and Ness with 158% is dangerous. Rage Ness is nothing to mess with, but if we can find a way to get him off stage like what we've seen in the last match, Bozzy can really do some huge damage to him. Really make his life hell out there.
I think that was a misinput by BestNess to do. Oh, doesn't need the tipper. It just says, I'm going to hit you with the sword.
Yeah.
But I saw the PK Pulse come out.
Yeah.
I think that was a misinput, but unless they're going to show us something pretty insane,
It's always a misinput. I don't know, man. In doubles, I just don't know what that is. Unless you're trying to be stylish.
Boy, you got to commit to it.
You have to, because if you're off stage and that thing misses, rip.
Yeah.
Pour some spaghetti out.
Even if you get it on stage, like, where's my partner?
Yeah, please help. But you know what, though? The red team, they do a pretty solid job at trying to help each other out in these situations. As we've seen earlier, unfortunately, it costed them a stock, but Ness did try to go down there and help his teammate. Oh, that's regrab. Mario did not give him any coverage.
I don't think Mario was aware that that was a regrab. But he was also sitting at 140%. Up throw will do it. He was also sitting at 140%, so he's probably like, I just don't want to get hit by this, otherwise I'm dead.
Yeah.
Didn't notice that FroZn Ness, or excuse me, BestNess, stuck on the platform without the invulnerability.
Wouldn't that be a cool team name, though? FroZn Ness. FroZn Ness. I wouldn't be mad at that. Okay.
But you'd have to let that team name let it go.
Oh, no. Delete.
Oh, the downer there.
And that dare, man, I felt that one in my soul. That one hurt. That one definitely hurt, man. I just want to give a quick shout out to Tourney Locator's production quality.
Oh, yes.
Replays? What?
LTO, what's up? What's up,
LTO? You're whining and dining Rod right now. You're whining and dining me.
He's looking at us. He's like, we help you guys out.
Absolutely.
You drove 8 hours over here. We want to make sure you guys get a good production.
Absolutely, man. You know, not to obviously, you know, get too off topic of Tourney Locator, man. A very, very just solid production team. Obviously, they have set casters. The TOing is immense. Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, I need a polo. I need a Tourney Locator polo. That is just
Where's
so
that
snazzy.
shop? Where's that shop?
That is so snazzy. That is so snazzy. I walked into Oklahoma for Super Bit Wars 4, and I see J Varg and all these guys, and the first thing I'm like, dude, can I get a polo?
Speaking of things running smoothly, I did my pool today at 10 a.m.
Yeah. And
it finished at a pretty good time, I think 11:30, and it was round robin. And we were only working on 2 setups, basically. But then it was like 11:30, and I was like, well, now what?
You know, when Tourney Locator's in the building, they're not going to allow matches to not be on stream. They want this tournament to move as quickly and proficiently as possible, man. These guys don't travel like this for no reason.
Speaking of quickly and proficient, let's talk about blue team's team combos right now.
Yes.
Going back and forth, Diddy and Marth, keeping Mario just from touching the ground.
Now, I have to ask you, did they give the blue team that light at the end of the tunnel? Did they give them that spark? And then they took a mile. Did they give them that?
You don't want to do it against a couple of Chicago's best players, including their #1. I would just try not to get fancy. Just do what was working in the first couple games. The nice, slow, defensive, punishing game.
It kind of felt like they took the Muhammad Ali approach. Just kind of let the red team go as hard as they could. Let them show all their cards, expose their hand, and then, you know, they were like, okay, you've shown us everything you got. Now it's time for us to kick it up a notch.
And I can see that now with the percent lead that blue team has. And red team's trying to help each other recover, or be safe and recover, but you know, it's putting them at a disadvantaged position.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. Not the best spots to be in here. JJROCKETS getting a free pass, recovering high off stage, and none of the red team there to punish that. Very uncharacteristic of what we've seen here in these last few sets.
But if you're Ness, and what do you do when your opponent's below you? You do up air, of course.
Right. Dude, you can do up air even as you're landing towards the ground.
And that's what he did. That's how he took Bozzy's stock. He's like, oh, he's below me. Let me do up air.
Right. Why not, man? Why not? When in doubt, throw the up air. And it just seems like the red team, they have the killing tools with their heads. I think that's if they do find a new team name, it should be something about the cranium. Oh, back throw. Okay, questionable.
But Martha didn't snap the ledge.
Quite unfortunate, and just like that, the red team are back in this. 4 stocks apiece on both of the team's behalf.
Bozzy's on the last stock, and that can be, at least JJ Rockets has 3. But again, it goes back to what we talked about in that last match was you don't want to steal stocks too often in a match. Like when you do it once, then your teammate's like, whoa, I'm at 100+%. Yeah. I'm only at 2 stocks.
Let me hold this one down for it. I'll be the Alamo. Let me just I will take all the fire.
Bozzy.
But they might have saved
no, that PK fire was not necessary. He was not going to come back.
Absolutely. Can't spell necessary without Ness, though. Quite unfortunate.
You can't spell unnecessary without Ness.
That too, but quite unfortunate.
Oh, but he's going to get his revenge.
Oh, and does find a way back. And there is a share stack situation. And to kind of touch on what you talked about, I mean, there are certain situations where, let's say there was a Cloud here. I think you don't want to fight Cloud. I think you want to fight the teammate and force Cloud to share stack. And I think that's the exact modem that they're taking here. Like, let's just pick on one of them and then force him to share stack. Let's not try to do a 2-1v1 thing. Let's let our team synergy shine.
Well, speaking of team synergy, I'm not sure what was, FroZn tried to do the back throw, or tried to throw Bozzy, but unfortunately grabbed BestNess. And I think he did the back throw because he didn't want to throw Ness off stage or up in the air, because an up air from Marth, or could have finished him off.
You really have to watch Marth too, obviously. Like, he gets some very strong high percent combos, but his low percent kung fu, I mean, it's to die for, literally.
Yes.
Like what we just seen a second ago, he did short high. Oh my goodness, Texas stage, but unfortunately it's the tip. He said, leave a tip, friend. You are out of here. Now, he did falling up air that auto-canceled right into another up air. Very, very strong gameplay there from Bozzy. That's very nice character awareness.
I expect whoever takes the next stock, I think that team's going to take it. Mario's got to be very careful.
Oh, quite unfortunate there. He tried to get him off stage, but sadly just did not go in his favor. Now, JJROCKETS with some pretty solid percent on him. We can see that. But he also has some rage, too. And Rage Diddy Kong is very, very scary. Oh, my. Almost ended up getting back thrown.
I think Red Team's just afraid of how to approach JJROCKETS. Good team combos here. And I think that's what the best option is going to be. Throw him in the air. Just have Ness do PK Thunders.
Yes. Lame him out. There's no need to be aggressive right now.
You don't want to try to go one-on-one against JJROCKETS.
No, you do not.
Oh, the up air. That's going to do it.
That's going to do it. Wow. And JJROCKETS.
Utah.
Doing a thing here.
Shout out to them. I don't know how many of them came, but both these players made it into top 42. They both made it out of their bracket. BestNess got the top seed in his, and so did FroZn.
Yeah.
So good on them. Taking out Illinois. Dude, I was going to say Chicago, but